online. This is Math 2, Unit 9, Worksheet 6A. I am on the back side going over the error analysis problems. Where did I say you're going to see these? On the test. Okay, so please stop the talking. It has here to factor this. It says trinomials, but they're really polynomials because these two down here are not trinomials. All right, factor. I'm going to cover what's the answer because they said it was a mistake. Is this a, what should we look for first? Starts with the G. Is there a greatest common factor? It looks like 2, but does this, what's the leading coefficient here that I don't see? So can I say that 2 is part of my GCF? No. It looks like an X, but does my last term have an X? No. So is there a GCF? Okay. So, is there a GCF, yes or no? No. All right, so we double bubble and do what we did on the other side. List the factors of 1 and the factor 80. Okay, 1 and 1. Bye-bye. X and X. Plus plus, minus minus, or one of each, and I'm going to call a Navarrete. Navarrete, I'm going to cover this. Because that's negative, are the two signs the same or different? Different? Yeah. So one's plus and one's minus. Do I have to look at the neighbor now? No, the neighbor doesn't help me on that one. Okay, 1 and 80, because this is the shortcut and they're opposite signs, I'm subtracting. Tell me when I find it. 2 and 40. Does 3 go into 80? 4 times 20. Does 5 go into 80? 5 times 16? Watch your mouth. All right. Guys, does 6, 7, what about 8? All right. Which one am I going to use? I'm trying to get 2. Okay. Shh, guys, I'm trying it to be positive 2. Which one's going to be positive? Which one's negative?
8 and 10.
Okay, which one's positive? 10 and 8 is negative. Would that give me a positive 2? Okay, negative 8, positive 10. Let's do a quick check. Positive 10x, what's the outside? Negative 8x. What does that add up to? And is that the middle? Okay, we're happy, we celebrate, we box in. Now, we corrected the mistake. Now we have to describe what the mistake was. What mistake did this kid make? They flipped. They made the 8 positive and it should be negative, and the 10 should be negative and he made it, or it should be positive and he made it negative. Would this student have known that if he did his check work? 8x negative 10x is negative 2x, and that does not check. Do you understand why we have to check? Okay. So you right now, you're not going to put squiggly marks like I am. You are writing words. The mistake is he flipped the signs. He would have known this had he checked his work. Something along those lines. The student switched his signs. He would have known this had he checked his work. And if you don't have written stuff here, you're not going to receive credit on this assignment. Raymond, make sure you're writing it down. Yes?
So, like, what if we just do, like, flip, what if we, like, just flip them and then, like, document it that way? Like,
Yeah, but you still have this on one side, and you still have to describe. So describe and correct. Yes.
So when you do the 8x minus, or 8x plus, it's always plus negative 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's negative, so it's plus. 8 plus negative 10.
I thought it was subtract.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot to put my
So
plus
then
sign.
why is it negative 2?
Thank you. Okay. So everybody have it written down already? The written work? Navarrete, you have it written down?
Yeah.
Okay, 14. How many terms do I have here? 2. The only one besides GCF that we've learned with 2 terms is the one I've called dots. Does anybody remember what that stood for? Difference
Two squares.
of 2 squares. Okay, Is this a difference of two squares, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, are there two terms? Yes. Is there a minus sign the way there should be?
Yes.
Yes. Is 16 a perfect squared?
Yes.
Is 2x squared a perfect squared?
Oh
X squared is x times x, but is 2 a perfect squared? No. 4 times 4 is 16, but is 2x times 2x, does that give me 2x squared?
no.
Okay, so let's fix the mistake. I didn't say it this time, but I just said it on the last problem. What's the first thing you should always look for? Look for GCF first. Okay, is there a GCF?
Yes.
Yes, what is it? It's a number.
2.
Only 2. X squared minus 2 times what is 16?
8.
8. Now, we did these Friday, the very end of notes. I continued to factor here, but is this a difference of two squares? Can anybody tell me why it's not?
There's two.
It's okay that it's in parentheses. It has to do this guy right here.
Because 8 is a perfect square.
8 is not a perfect square. Minus sign, two terms, perfect squared, but 8 is not a perfect squared. What does that mean? This is as far as I can go. Are there some problems where you just do a GCF and then you're done?
Yep.
It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens most of the time. GCF and done. Rarely we have a GCF and then a difference of two squares, or a GCF and then a trinomial. But this one is just a GCF. Why? Because what's left is not factorable. Does that make sense? Okay, so in words, what mistake did the student make? First, he forgot to do what first? GCF. Second, he recognized this as a difference of two squares, and it's not. Why not? 2 is not a perfect square. All right, write something along those lines down on your paper. Raymond, get your head up, please. Okay. Are we good? Last one. Okay, you will have something like this on the test where they give you multiple steps and ask you to find the error. Okay, let's call this step 1, step 2, step 3. Or actually, this would, the second one would be step 1 and step 2. Okay, original problem. That right there is your step 1. Is there a mistake? What did the student do that he went from, or she went from the original problem to that? What was done from here to here? Anybody? And is that correct? Should we do GCF first? And did he do it correctly? 5 times x squared is 5x squared. 5 times 9 is 45. Yes or no? Okay. What did the student do from 1 to 2? Difference of two squares. Is that correct? Is x squared a perfect squared? Is 9 a perfect squared? So is there a mistake? There is. I heard it because there's a what? It's difference of two squares. And this is a... Is there supposed to be a plus sign when I'm doing difference of two squares? No, it's difference, not sum. Remember I told you dots, not sots? So right here is the mistake. This step right here has the mistake. We have to fix it. We have to fix it. So here's the original problem. Yes, you can. All right, what do we do here? We take out a GCF. What's my GCF? 5. X squared plus what? 9. As tempting as it is to factor more, is this factorable, x squared plus 9? No, it has to have a what sign? A subtraction, a negative. So would I have to stop here and say the GCF was all the factoring I can do? Yes. So you can say he incorrectly did the dots, or like she said, can we write dots, not sots? Yes. Dots, not sots? Dots, not sots. Difference of two squares, not the sum of two squares.
Oh, socks. You said socks.
Not socks. Sots. difference of two squares, not the sum of two squares. Okay. Are we good? Now, I gave my two morning classes the choice. Do notes the way we've done before, or do homework problems together because this is review of what we did yesterday. Okay. I'm going to do some with you then.